Hey guys, I'm here. So today I want to share with you how I made over a mirror of profit crafting super simple body armors with huge profit margin. So make sure you follow every single step in this video and you could be acquiring a lot of currency, or if you want, just learn how to make an easy upgrade for your build. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is actually head over to PoE Wiki, poewiki.net, and type in body armor. That way you can get the best basis of every single armor. And if you don't know what's popular, you can always check build guides from popular content creator and actually craft those. But I would say the best thing to do is actually craft the best base for your own build. That way you learn what's good on those. So for the sake of this video, I'll be using a split body armor that has evasion and energy shield. And if they're all in order, so the best one is necrotic armor, but you could be using any bases really. I've crafted a bunch of different body armor. You could be using a Conquest Summoner, you could be using a Twilight Regalia, depending, as I said, on your build. But just make sure you get the best out of it. And then the next step is to actually, if we look at PoE trade, is to actually buy the right base. So what do I mean by that is that, for example, if we are looking for a necrotic armor, okay, you don't want to buy any necrotic armor to do this. You want to make sure you do two things. First off, it needs a high base percentile. That way, I'll show you exactly what is base percentile. This is the base number here. So it doesn't say on the trade website, but this varies, and I'll show you in game. For example, on my body armor, it's not 100%, it's actually 96 or something like that. But you can see at the top evasion, it says 828 and inner shield 166. Well, you can see in between the parentheses, the range. So when it's 100% base percentile, it will be the highest number. And if it's 0, it would be the lowest, meaning 723. Okay, so you want to make sure you buy a good base. And also, you want to check what are the mods at the highest tier of what you're looking for. So for this, we'll be using PoEDB. And we'll click modifiers again. And for body armors, we want dex and int, this one. And for example, if we want the highest tier possible of energy shield and evasion, it's 86. And it's the same for spell suppression. So what we want to do is buy a 86 item level, 86 and base percentile 100. Once you have your base, you can either quality it and spam jewel resorbs until it gets 6 sockets, or you can use an omen of the jeweler. And for 6 linking, you have 3 options. Either spam fusings, which is super random, apply the 6 link recipe. So you have 6 link recipe, which is 1500 fusings, or use a Black Morgan in your bestiary. Alright, so now the next step is to split the base. So there's 2 things you can do when you split. You can actually split it into 2, or you can split it into 3. The way you calculate this is if the base costs you more than the Black Morgan, meaning the 100 percentile, and yeah, 86 because you want tier 1. If that price of the base is actually more than the Black Morgan, then you want to split it in 3. If it's not, if it's cheaper, then you want to only split it in 2. Here I'll split it in 3 just to show you. And yeah, if you want to split it in 3, by the way, it needs to have 6 modifiers. If you just want to split it, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's it. So we'll split it in 3, and then you have to kill the Black Morgan and the split beast, the plague of Furnimal Arachnid. Here we go. And we picked up 2 of those, and then a third one. Alright, now that we have our bases, let's start crafting. So we'll need, I'll show 2 different ways to craft those. I'll show with fossils and also with life force. So right now the life force is extremely cheap. It's actually way cheaper to craft with this instead of the dense fossils. But the dense fossils also have something that's really cool about it. It blocks life modifiers, meaning there's no way you get actually one of those annoying life mods on your prefixes that can ruin the high defense. All right. We need they need to be rare, so I'll just do that, and then yeah, I'll start with the fossils. All right, so again, super simple with the donators. We just put them fossil into them, and then we hope for the best. As you can see here, we got tier 2 of flat, evasion, and energy shield, but the other mods are kind of bad, so we'll reroll over it. Ah, if I actually remove this, it's easier, so what I'll do. So here it's close to being good because we got the flat evasion and energy shield, but the increased evasion percentage in evasion and energy shield is kind of low tier. So what we can do is actually try to either keep this as is, but it's pretty bad, or try to annul the increased evasion and energy shield. So I'll do just that. Since the annul are so cheap, it's worth doing. If they are at a high price when you see this video, just don't and start over. So we remove one of the hybrid, but not the good one, so we'll just reroll over it. And here we got not bad piece evasion and inner shield, and but the flat one is kind of bad, so oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, but before splitting this, you can actually quality body armor. That way you don't have to spend armor scraps. But at this point of the league, they are pretty cheap, so it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, you should probably quality before. So if we were to check this without anything else, like the suffix are pretty bad. 530 and it's not good enough, so we'll reroll over it. By the way, you can craft increase evasion and energy shield, but you cannot craft flat evasion and energy shield. It's one or the other. So it's actually better to get the flat one, and then you can craft increase energy shield and evasion. So here we got something good enough. I don't know if it's super good, but it's close to 600 energy shield. Yeah, 2 divines, I don't think it's worth rerolling over. The suffixes are pretty bad, but we can keep this as is, and they're just keep moving to the other ones. You're super bad. You're tier 3. If it was tier 2, I would have maybe tried to annul the increased evasion and energy shield. Close to being good, but it's not. Alright, so we'll keep going and do another round. Here we have good chaos resist, but the rest is pretty bad. I guess we could keep it because if we price check it with chaos resistance, like 3 divines, so we could maybe sell this for 2.5 divines, something like that. Maybe it's even better than that because numbers right now are not so high. So yeah, so I mean maybe it's good enough. And by the way, something you can do if you want, you can use an exalted orb to get another suffix, or you can craft something onto it just to add to its value. So this is exactly what we'll do. And what I like to do when it has when it already has a chaos, I like to craft another chaos. That way, if someone's like looking to fill up their chaos needs, it's easier. You can see like now it goes up to 10 vines. The reason why is that yeah, it's harder to come up with 40 something chaos resistance on a single body armor piece of equipment. So we'll keep those two. And by the way, you can craft on this too, but you would need to annul first because the suffixes are so bad. You can also use Eldritch currency, but I would only use Eldritch currency on those items if they're actually pretty good. This is super average, so we'll not do it. Right, let's keep going. So this isn't too bad. I wish the tier were better. Look, 600, 80, 80, 98 chaos, actually pretty cheap for this. But yeah, you could craft something onto it, but I don't know. It's okay, it's nothing special. It depends on how much currency you want to make and how long are you willing to wait, because if you want, you can just start over from another base. But here, I will keep going. This is close to being good. Sadly, the flat evasion and energy shield is too low. If it was tier 2 or something like that, it would have been a pretty good one, especially since we have tier 1 lightning resistance. We'll reroll over it. Here's the problem I said about flat being essential. Because we hit increase evasion energy shield tier 1, which is awesome, but we have no flat. So what happens is if we go on the bench, we can either craft evasion or energy shield, but not both of them. So yeah, you could just do this as this one, but it says that. But the reason why is that if you look on the trade, grab it real quick, it actually has a bunch of energy shield too, right? So kind of hack the his body armor by having so much evasion, but the energy shield's not there. So yeah, I think I'll just re-roll over this. I don't think it would sell. And by the way, a cool thing is that if you're doing this, you can actually upgrade your body armor well if you're using one of those. Oh, so this isn't too bad, but it's not the best. We could craft up to 78, 74 evasion and energy shield. But yeah, I'll just over. It's nothing spectacular. Alright, so we're done with the fossil crafting. Alright, so let's get to the crafting with the RT crafting station. It's okay, it's up there. So you want to craft defense. The difference is that if you're using this, it's actually cheaper, especially right now, because the juice is extremely cheap, as you can see here. This is what I got for a divine. So yeah, if you think about it, it's like close to 180 price. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but then again, it doesn't block the life. So we'll just try to get something good out of it. Oh, the increased evasion and energy shield is pretty nice. All right, let's get back to crafting. So here we have the problem that we have life on it and we don't actually want it because we want as much evasion and energy shield as possible. But sometimes it will be super good if you get the flat evasion and energy shield plus the flat increase evasion. Not the flat one plus the increase percentage. If you get this, both tier 1 and life, it can be pretty good. For some build I use both energy and life, but yeah, here it's not the case, so we'll just roll over it. This is pretty bad. It's as close to being good modifiers, but the tier horrible. I would say that one you have to reroll way more, but again, it's cheaper, so that could have been good, but it's not. and it's like 1 chaos, even less than a chaos per guy. So extremely cheap to do this right now. If the flat evasion energy shield would have been better, we could have crafted the increase in evasion energy shield, and it would have a ton of both. And you can get up to 74%. So plus the tier 1 life would have been somewhat good, but not the case. Again, tier 1 evasion energy shield, but I said it's super important to get the flat one. Oh, spell suppression is nice to get, but there's pretty much nothing else, so we'll roll over it. Again, high tier of life, but the rest is garbage. That one isn't bad. Okay, so this is a good example of something I want to do. I wish the flat evasion in Earth Shield was higher, but just for the sake of an example, I'll actually use a base crafting. Since it has 3 prefixes, we cannot craft increased evasion in Earth Shield. What we'll do instead is remove a prefix in order to add a suffix. That add a suffix, remove a random prefix. That's something, but not really good. But what we can do is just craft this evasion and Nerd Shield on it. I will probably reroll over it, but I wanted to share if possible. Then yeah, if we look at all those modifiers, maybe if we lower this, it's still pretty good. So yeah, you could make some profit with this. And by the way, there's nothing super special about this. It's all like pretty bad tiers. So yeah, I just wanted to share how easy it can be to make profit with body armors. And by the way, this is a necrotic armor, but you can use any of the high base. Alright, we'll start crafting this body armor bag because I don't like it. It has nothing special. It's pretty bad. The suffixes are horrible, so we'll just roll over it. Hopefully we get something good out of it. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Oh, this is a good one. Sadly, oh my god, this is so good, but sadly it doesn't have the flat evasion and energy shield. But yeah, already it has the tier 1 spell suppression, it has the dexterity, and somewhat good. That what we can do is either craft a suffix or a prefix. I think I'll just craft evasion higher than this. Right, this is good enough. And yeah, the inner shield is pretty low though, so nothing crazy, but still. If we look at, let's see, this doesn't have any lower. Maybe a something. But yeah, maybe if we don't put in the dex, yeah. As you can see, it's and if you think about it, it only costed blue juice, which is like less than a chaos to do this. So yeah, the next step would be probably to use an exalted orb and hope for the best, or you could do it in the other way around. Is actually craft a suffix and then exalt slam in order to get a flat evasion or energy shield. And both of those, but I will choose just suffixes. Oh, sadly, it's increased stun and block recovery. But still, I think this can sell for at least 6-7 divines. As I said, the price right now are kind of weird because there's none. But yeah, I'll just open the trade window to show you what it is. But yeah, here this one has the right one, right? It has the flat evasion and or shield as a modifier, so that's why it's worth that much. But yeah, ours isn't bad either. It's nowhere near this one. So yeah, sometimes out of a single click you can get some crazy stuff. Now I know some people may be skeptical on how you can make that much profit with crafting such a simple craft. So I'll leave some sales just for you to see. And yeah, sometimes they can go up a lot, sometimes they are actually cheap, but you can always make profit with this. Alright, hopefully this was helpful, and as always, take care guys.